This is the linen stitch. Look how pretty that is. Looks like woven, and look at the wrong side. I like both. So you can make a nice blanket or something that you can use on both sides, a scarf. I'm using a number 5 yarn, and I'm using a 10.5 knitting needles. And this is just a stitch. You can use whatever needles and yarn that you wish. Anyway, what you do with this is, since this is the right side, you're going to knit. So because on the row before this, the yarn comes down to there, that's the way it looks. But when you start by knitting and purling. So this is the way it should go. So I am going to knit, and then I'm going to pass my yarn forward to the front, and I am going to pass. So you pass as if to purl, so that the stitch looks nice. So now I am going to put my yarn in the back. See, it's hugging that stitch there. So I'm going to knit that one, and I am going to put my yarn to the front and pass that one. So put your yarn in the back. See, that how it's hugging. So now you knit that one. Put your yarn to the front and pass that one. Put your yarn in the back, knit one. And put your yarn in the front and pass that one. So now you knit that one. And this one you pass. And you knit that one. And this one you pass. Now that's the way it looks in the front, and then on the back, remember that you had that yarn in the back because you passed the last one, and on this one, of course, we're going to bring our yarn to the front because we're going to be purling. So the yarn goes from the back to the front because this one needs to be purled and your yarn is in the front. So we purl, put the yarn in the back, and we pass the next one. And we put the yarn in the front and we purl, and put the yarn in the back and we pass, put the yarn in front and we purl, put the yarn in back and pass, and you do that the whole way. Do the whole row all the way to the end. Pass the yarn in front and pass. So therefore you have it right there. If you want to have the linen stitch all the way from the beginning, instead of using a knit one row and then a purl one row, start immediately with passing the first stitch and knitting the next. So you can start all the way from the beginning once you have all your stitches cast on, and you start by passing the first one, and then you knit the first one. Sorry. So that's my yarn right there. You knit the first one, put the yarn in the front and pass. So you do it immediately, and then of course the back you do the same as what we did here. So I knit your yarn in front and knit, and put your yarn in front and knit, put your yarn in front, and then when you purl, put your yarn in front, because that's where your yarn needs to be when you purl. So purl, put your yarn in back and pass, purl, put your yarn in back and pass, purl, put your yarn in back and pass, and you do that the whole way. And look how pretty that looks. So this would be very, very nice for a cap or a scarf. It's nice and thick. So this is very nice. And that's the linen stitch. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and comment and like this video because you're going to enjoy doing this. Very pretty stitch.